Have you ever felt that nature wanted to tell you something? Not with words, but with sensations. As if the wind, the bird song, or the smell of the earth carried messages that only you can grasp. It's as if the natural world had something hidden, waiting for you to notice. Imagine walking alone along a trail. The noise of the city disappears. Everything around you seems alive, as if it's watching you. The wind blows softly on your face. The trees sway in a nearly conscious way. You feel a presence. There's no way to explain it, but you know you are not alone. This feeling is not imagination. It is a rare kind of connection. Some people call it spiritual sensitivity. Others say it is a heritage from the ancients. Whatever it is, it exists, and those who feel it do not forget. You may have grown up hearing that you were distracted or too sensitive. Perhaps people laugh when you say you feel peace when hugging a tree, but deep down you know, there is something real in this bond, something sacred. Nature is not here just to be admired. It talks, it teaches, it heals, and sometimes it calls. But not everyone can listen. Only those with a different vibration, more attuned to the invisible. Maybe you are one of those, a chosen one. Someone with a soul that vibrates to the same tone as creation, who feels the world more deeply, more spiritually, who cannot ignore what others do not perceive. This journey isn't about religion. It's about awakening, about remembering something that has always been inside you, but was silenced by the noise of the world. It's time to listen again. In the next signs, you will discover whether you carry this rare vibration with nature. A gift that is not learned, not bought, not copied. It is born with you. And when it manifests, everything starts to change. I am George, and before continuing, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I'm sure you'll identify with our channel. 1. The divine pattern in nature. Have you ever noticed how everything in nature has order? Nothing is left to chance. Leaves grow in spirals. The seasons repeat with precision. Animals follow natural rhythms. There is an intelligence behind all of this, a creative mind that designed every detail with purpose. This pattern is subtle, yet powerful. It is everywhere, from the flight of migratory birds to the exact time a seed germinates. None of this happens by accident. It's as if every part of nature is dancing an invisible choreography. Looking at this with attentive eyes awakens something inside us. You feel that a greater balance is guiding everything. A plan that is above human logic, but that can be felt in the heart. People with a rare vibration perceive this pattern more easily. They feel when the environment is right, when the sky seems clearer, when animals act differently. It's as if the body responds to this harmony effortlessly. The Bible already said, "The heavens declare the glory of God." Creation itself reveals the presence of the Creator. And if you feel this, if you perceive beauty where no one notices, perhaps it's because your eyes were made to see beyond. Have you ever been moved by a sunset? Have you felt that a flower was looking at you? Have you noticed that the song of a bird seemed to calm you exactly when you needed it? These are not common moments, they are signals. These details speak, not with a voice, but with frequency, with energy. And if you feel this, it is because you are in tune with this pattern, a clear sign that you carry a rare vibration with creation. Seeing the divine order in nature is like reading a letter written by God. A letter without words, but full of meaning. And you, for some reason, can understand. This is the first sign. 2. Who are the chosen? The chosen are not perfect, nor saints. They are people who feel more, who notice what others ignore. They do not follow a pattern, but they have something in common. The restless soul, when the world moves away from what is natural. Being chosen is to carry a sensitivity that is uncomfortable. You feel the pain of the earth. You suffer to see a polluted river. You sorrow when passing by a cut tree. While others go on normally, something inside you cries out. Have you ever tried to disconnect from it? Have you tried not to turn on so much? Probably yes. But you couldn't. Because it isn't a choice, it is part of who you are. And the more you try to flee, the stronger this call becomes. The chosen perceive signals, animals that follow them, plants that seem to grow closer to them, dreams of green places, strange intuitions that later make sense. They are small reminders that you are connected to something greater. This sensitivity does not make you weak. It makes you special. While the world lives in haste, you feel time in a different way. While many live disconnected, you seek meaning in every living thing. You are not alone. Many hide this for fear of seeming esoteric or different. But feeling this deep connection is a blessing. It is a reminder that you have a mission here. The chosen are like bridges. They link the visible to the invisible, the natural to the spiritual, heaven to earth. And they do this not with words, but with presence, with simple acts, with respect for life. If you have always felt that you don't fit into the modern world, perhaps it's because you were called to create a new world, a more sensitive one, more connected, more alive. Do not ignore this call. It is real. 3. The silence that reveals you did not stay silent out of cowardice. You stayed silent because you knew that many times the truth does not need defense. It only needs time. And time is something the chosen know well. While everyone shouted, while they pointed, you chose not to justify yourself. You chose to protect your peace. The world taught that whoever shouts the loudest wins, but your soul learned that those who remain at peace carry a force that cannot be explained. Because silence, when it is true, is not a retreat. It is testimony. It guards, observes, waits. And one day it reveals everything. Many confused your silence with guilt, but they did not know your prayer. They did not hear what you delivered in secret. And it is in this invisible space that the chosen become unbreakable. Because what is built in the invisible, no one can destroy with words. Your choice not to react was strength, not weakness. And even if no one recognized it, heaven saw. The Creator was present in every contained tear, in every swallowed word, in every injustice quietly endured. And this is what the impatient do not understand, that there is power in not retaliating. Truth, however buried, has roots. It survives, and it grows. And when it sprouts, it does not need to be announced. It simply appears. Therefore, do not worry if the world has not yet understood who you are. Truth does not need defenders when it carries purpose. Those who shouted to silence you now bother you with your silence, because your silence carries weight. It bothers because it remains, because it does not change according to the wind, because it carries conviction, not pride. Those who have guilt want noise. But those who have peace remain in silence. And your silence is different. It is not empty. It is full of prayer, of surrender, of discernment. It does not beg, does not accuse, does not explain itself. It simply sustains what is already written. And in the right time, everything aligns. Because what comes from above never needs to hurry. You did not silence yourself to disappear. You silenced yourself to be revealed at the right time. And that moment is coming. 4. Nature heals, teaches, and aligns. Nature has a power that most people have forgotten. It is not just beautiful. It heals. It teaches. It realigns everything that modern life misaligns. Those who carry a rare vibration with creation feel this in the body and in the soul. Just approaching the green, taking a deep breath, and everything begins to go back to place. We live surrounded by concrete, screens, and haste. But when you step on the earth, something inside you settles. The heart slows down. Thoughts clarify. This is not a coincidence. It is a return. A memory of where we came from. The first home of humanity was a garden. And perhaps it still is the only place where the soul feels at home. How many times have you felt unwell and instinctively searched for a calm place, with trees, with water? This choice is not rational. It is intuitive. It is your spirit trying to heal, trying to reconnect. The city distances, nature draws near. And in this encounter, healing begins to happen. Nature teaches with silence. It shows that everything has a cycle, that the flower does not open before its time, that the river follows its path even in the face of stones. Those who observe with attention learn patience, faith, and surrender. No effort is needed. Just be present and allow the wisdom of creation to enter. Have you seen how a child changes when they go to the countryside? How they sleep better, eat better, laugh more? Have you noticed how you yourself come back different after a weekend in the countryside? This is nature doing its work, healing the invisible, aligning what is out of order. Some say this is only contact with the pure air. But those who have this rare vibration know that it is more. It is spiritual. It is energetic. It is deep. Nature not only cleans the body, it cleans the soul, removes weights you didn't even know you carried, returns what is yours by essence. If you feel this, value it, honor it. Return whenever you can, even if it's in a park, a yard, a plant in a pot. Each act of reconnection with nature is a step toward your truth, because it is there that your vibration meets. It is with it that you heal. 5. The purpose of the chosen on earth. Those who feel the call of nature were not created to simply observe. They were chosen to act. The chosen do not flee from the world. They are here to restore the balance that was lost. The restless heart you feel is not for nothing. It is a sign of mission. You came for something greater than merely existing. The earth is wounded. The planet cries out for care. And the chosen are those who hear that cry. Not with their ears, but with the soul. You feel when something is wrong, when a place needs healing, when a tree is crying for help. This sensitivity is part of your identity. Your role is not to be silent. It is to be a voice. It is to teach by example, to show that it is possible to live in connection, that you can plant and harvest with respect, that nature is not something distant. It is part of us. Those who have this rare vibration know there is no separation between human and natural. The Bible says, "Creation waits in eager expectation for the revealing of the sons of God." Romans 8:19. This means that the planet awaits you, awaits your awakened consciousness, your compassionate action, your restorative presence. You may be wondering, but what can I do? The answer is not in grand deeds. It is in small choices. Taking care of a plant, defending an animal, talking about conservation, sharing what you feel. All of this already moves the world. Your gift is rare, and the more you activate it, the stronger it becomes. The more you draw near to nature, the more it guides you. It shows you the way. The chosen do not receive ready-made maps. They walk by intuition. And the ground reveals itself with each step. Never doubt your purpose. Never think you are small. A hummingbird pollinating a flower also changes the world. A seed planted with love can feed generations. You have that energy, that responsibility, that gift. If you feel the call, answer it. Because when you move, creation responds. And the world, even if gradually, begins to be healed by your presence. 6. The sensitivity that cannot be learned. There are things that cannot be explained. They can only be felt. And one of them is the spiritual sensitivity you carry. That fine, delicate, silent perception that is not taught in books nor learned from masters. It comes from inside and has always been with you. Since childhood, you already felt that something was different. While others hurried by, you stopped to look at the sky. While everyone was distracted, you noticed a loose leaf, a flower blooming in the corner of the sidewalk, a bird singing alone. And that touched you in a way no one understood. Even you didn't know how to explain it. You just felt. They called this fussiness, exaggeration, drama. They said you were too sensitive, and over time, perhaps you started to believe. You tried to close yourself off, harden, look normal. But the truth is that what they call weakness is in fact a gift. A rare, profound, and necessary gift. It is the mark of the chosen. Your soul came with a different listening. You hear what wasn't said. You feel what is hidden. A heavy environment makes you tired. A strange look tells you more than 1,000 words. An animal understands you without you saying anything. You come into contact with the invisible, with a frightening and blessed naturalness. This sensitivity is spiritual. It is ancient. It is a direct link to creation. While others see nature as scenery, you feel it as presence. The sound of the wind gives you answers. The movement of the trees calms you. The smell of damp earth heals you. You are not alone in nature. You are at home. And because you feel so much, you also suffer more. You suffer from cruelty, from indifference, from pollution, from the world's haste. You suffer when you see a cut tree, an injured animal, an injustice happening and no one caring. But this does not weaken you. It humanizes you. You notice when a plant asks for water, when a place is heavy, when someone is sad, even smiling, and when you help, even in silence, you feel relief, because it is your soul being obedient. You do not do this to be seen. You do it because it is who you are. Do not try to fix yourself. Do not try to fit the mold. Your spirit did not come to fit in. It came to awaken. The world needs more people like you, who see, who feel, who understand without needing to hear, who cry with beauty, who respect what they do not master, who honor what others forget. If you have ever felt strange for being like this, know. There is nothing wrong with you. The world is anesthetized, and you were sent to remember, to reconnect, to heal. Your sensitivity is not a weight. It is light. It is a compass. It is a direct connection to the source. And now that you understand this, never hide again. 7. The time reveals itself in creation. Nature does not hurry, and yet everything happens. A flower does not bloom in a single day. A mountain does not form in an afternoon. A butterfly does not emerge without going through the chrysalis. Everything has a time. Everything respects a rhythm. And if you observe with the right eyes, you will understand. Your process is also sacred. You are not late. You never were. The time you feel inside you is different from the world's time. Clocks measure minutes, but your heart responds to eternity. Your soul has the tempo of the seasons, and thus, when you try to run to reach what others say you should already have, you feel a void, as if you were going against your own nature. Have you ever tried to hurry something that simply wasn't moving? Have you forced a path that seemed blocked? And in the end, you realized that it wasn't the moment, that it was not worth pushing the river nor forcing the seed, because everything has its hour, and nothing blossoms out of time. You are not stationary. You are being cultivated. You are being healed, strengthened, directed, and when the right moment comes, everything will bloom in a way you can hardly imagine. Do not run. Do not compare. Do not doubt. Just trust the time the Creator has drawn for you. Because He makes no mistakes with cycles. He does not anticipate springs and never delays blessings. Your time is divine, and it is revealing itself now within you. 8. The instinct to protect what is sacred. Have you ever felt an impulse to protect a tree, to defend an animal in danger, to clean a dirty place, even without obligation? This instinct is more than care. It is a call, an internal alert that says, "This is sacred and needs to be preserved." Those who have this vibration with nature cannot pretend they did not see. They cannot ignore destruction. They feel in the body when something is out of balance. And this feeling turns into action, even if small, even if no one sees. You may have wanted to plant trees for no reason, or to stop someone from harming an animal. And perhaps you didn't even understand why. But deep down, you knew you were doing something right. You were honoring life, answering a deep calling. This kind of impulse is not taught. It is born with the person. It is like an invisible seal that says, "You are a guardian. Guardian of creation. Guardian of what is alive. Guardian of what many have forgotten matters." This mission is not easy. You will be misunderstood. It will seem radical, idealistic, but do not stay silent. Because while you defend the sacred, nature strengthens through you, and the Creator rejoices in your courage. The world needs more guardians, more people who say no to destruction, who plant, who clean, who care, who inspire. And you can be that person. You already are. Just keep listening to this instinct. To protect is to love. To love is to remember. And to remember is to awaken others. 9. When nature answers back to you. There are moments when nature responds. And you know it wasn't a coincidence. An animal appears out of nowhere. A butterfly lands on you. A rainbow the moment you ask for an answer. These signals are real. And those who carry a rare vibration with nature know this. You are not imagining things. Nature speaks to those willing to listen. It responds with signs, with sensations, with synchronicities. A fragrance of a flower that appears amid concrete. A wind that blows at the right moment. A silence full of meaning. These moments are gifts. Tiny confirmations that you are on the right path. That you are being guided, observed, loved. Creation does not ignore those who honor it. On the contrary, it takes care, responds, communicates, soul to soul. Have you ever felt such a great peace in a natural place that it seemed like a hug? Have you felt that a trail called you? Have you ever had a dream with forests, animals, rivers? All of these are forms of dialogue. Nature reveals itself to those who vibrate with it. These signals strengthen you. They remind you that you are not alone, that you have a purpose, that there is something much greater watching over you, and that even on difficult days, creation is by your side. The more you surrender to this connection, the more nature responds. It does not demand perfection, just presence, just listening, just respect. You feel this because you were chosen to remind the world that life speaks, and that it is worth listening to. You are not here trying to understand these words by chance. Something inside you already knows the path. You just needed to be reminded. Reminded that there is a place where the soul breathes, where the heart slows down, and where the spirit begins to hear clearly again. This place is not distant. It is not lost. It is alive inside you. The garden is more than scenery. It is a state of the soul. It is the reconnection with what is pure, with what is simple, with what is eternal. It is the place where you feel peace without needing to explain yourself. Where you feel whole, even without understanding everything. Where the presence of the Creator is perceived in the details, in the sound of the leaves, in the flight of the birds, in the silence that embraces. This calling that you feel is not weak, it is strong. So strong that it insists on waking you even when the world tries to numb you with noise. That's why you don't fit into environments devoid of soul. That's why crowds weary you, and solitude, at times, seems more sacred than socializing. Your spirit is being guided back to the garden. Returning to the garden is to recognize that your worth does not come from what you do, but from who you are. It is to understand that you do not need to prove anything to deserve to exist. That being sensitive is strength. That feeling too much is a gift. That walking in silence is a form of prayer. And that what connects you to the high is not screams, but the subtle love for things that cannot be explained. The garden is where time does not command, where the ego stays silent, and where essence blossoms. You do not need to ask for permission to return. The path has always been open. What the garden asks for is presence, listening, and surrender. It does not require haste, it only asks for truth. And upon returning, you do not find only peace, you find meaning. You discover that what makes you different is exactly what makes you necessary, and you understand, at last, that returning to the garden is returning to your place of origin, to your center, to the heart of the Creator. You are returning, and the garden is already waiting for you.